everyone, welcome back to the 7th day of the bootcamp. So far we have been discussing about various visuals. Like we have already discussed 6 visuals which we can create it with the help of a Python in Power BI. Okay, so if you have missed the previous visuals, all these things like rich plot, lollipop, 3D scatter plot, correlation matrix. So if you have missed any of these, please go and watch it in my channel. So where you can find it here, in this is my channel. If you haven't subscribed it, please go and subscribe now. And if you want to understand the basics of Power BI, okay, so you can get it from here. Okay, and another important thing is like you can find the playlist here for the Power BI bootcamp for the Python visuals. Okay, I have already discussed that as well. So let us first discuss the scenario. Why should I create a decision tree? So basically a decision tree is a machine learning concept. So here I have this scenario. Okay, you are a data analyst for a large retail company that sells various products across different categories. The company wants to understand how sales, profit, discount influence which product categories are most successful. They have provided you with a data set containing information on sales, profit, discounts and the corresponding product categories for each transactions. So your task is to build a model that can predict the product category based on these financial metrics and to understand which factors are most important in determining the product success. So this is why we have to create a decision tree. Okay, so why should I go for Python? So this is your another question you will be getting. See, Python has these visuals. Okay, but in this visual there is no decision tree as possible to create it. If you want to bring in some machine learning stuff into Power BI, then you have to go ahead with the Python visual, Python or R visual. So before we just use this Python, we have some prerequisites to do it. Okay, so what are the prerequisites? The first one which you require is what you have to install Power BI. Okay, so that you can find it in my playlist, and then you have to install Python, and then you have to configure Python in Power BI. Okay, these things are important. So I have already discussed these things in the first introduction day. Okay, not the first day, actually the first day starts from this violin chart. In the introduction video you can find, I'll also ping the introduction video, I'll comment the introduction video, so go and watch it, how to configure these things. Okay, and in the violin, while discussing about the violin, rich plot, lollipop, I have discussed important points that you should consider before you draw a vision learning or Python visual. Okay, so please go and watch that. So if you're preparing for Power BI interview, here is the ebook for you. You can get it from this link. The link is also there in the description. And if you have any queries related to your career, your certification, or any of the interview preparations, etc., you can just schedule a call with me here. I'll be happy to help you out. Okay, so let's go and understand this code. Okay, one by one, step by step. So I have created the code already, because while typing and explaining, it is taking a lot of time to explain. So that is why I have already written the code here. This is the Python script editor. Okay, so how to bring this Python script editor? The first thing you have to do is what? Go to the visual here. Okay, and insert this Python visual first. Once you have inserted this Python visual, you will be getting this Python script editor. Then you have to add the necessary fields to analyze. So what are the necessary fields I should analyze? So I have to analyze discounts, product, profit and sales. These are the important fields I should analyze here. So I am just adding all these things here. Once you have connected, you can find that added here. Okay, you should not change any of this data which is automatically created by Python itself through Power BI. So now from where you have to start writing the code, from here you have to start writing the code. Okay, so I have to import pandas. So pandas is a data manipulation and analysis library which provides a data structure and functions to work with the structured data. So you have to use import pandas as PD. If you are new to Python, please go and watch the first day of the video. Okay, so day 1 violin chart you have to understand. So there I have clearly explained. And here you can see it's a matplotlib is also another Python plotting library used to create a static, animated and interactive visualization in Python. And next is I wanted to bring in decision tree classifier, which is another package. If you want to create a decision tree, you have to use this package, okay. And then I have to use the random forest classifier for the decision tree. Here I have used the random forest, okay. So I have to import all these things. So this as means it's a alias. I am just creating an alias, and I am just bringing in the decision tree classifier. I am just getting the sklearn tree ensemble, everything here. The next one is you have to get the data. So here, as you know, like my data is there in sales, profit and discount, which is stored in the data set. So what I have to do is I have to prepare the data. So I am just holding X in the data set, that is a sales, profit and discount, and Y, that is product, okay. So I am just moving everything here, okay. And then this is what, like, you have to train the decision tree, okay. So if you understanding decision tree is a separate concept, okay. So if you wanted to create any machine learning model, so you have to train it and then you have to test it, okay. So training, while training it, you have to fit your data into that particular model. So here I have created CLF, okay. So CLS is a classifier. I have just named this. This is actually a variable. You can give any name for this variable, but this decision tree classifier is a function in this particular package, okay. So you have to use this. So decision tree classifier, you have to add this. This will initialize a decision tree classifier with a maximum depth of 3. Okay, so that is why I have mentioned maximum depth of 3. What is this maximum depth of 3? Here you can see I have 3 depths, okay. So this is the level 1 depth, level 2 and the third depth. So 3 depths I have to go. If you want to go with 4 depths, you have to change this into 4. And then what I'm doing is I'm just training the model. So I'm just using CLF fit X comma Y. So what is that? X holds the sales, profit and discount, and Y is actually your product, okay. So this is what we have done so far till this particular place, and now we have to plot the decision tree properly. So I am just setting up the figure size, that is 30 to 50, which is 30 inches width and 50 inches height. So this is what your 30 to 50, and then what I'm doing is I'm just plotting the tree. This will plot the decision tree with the features and classes labeled. Okay, so filled, I am just making it filled true, and the feature names are sales, profit and discount. Class names are like CLF dot classes underscore font size is 12. I just want to see all these fonts with the size 12. If you want to make it a size 15, then you can just also go ahead with that, okay. And all these things you have to tell. These all are the parameters for this plot tree function. So plot tree function is available in the decision tree package, okay. And then I want to give the plot title as decision tree for the product classification, and it's a limited depth, okay. So because this is what the title, I am not going beyond that tree depth, so that is why I'm just giving this. And I want to save this figure. If you want to just go ahead with the figure, like you can just save it as well, okay. So this is a simple thing, it's not like mandatory, so you can just use it, and then you have to display the plot, okay, display the visual. So I'm just using plot.show. And this is another important thing, like if you want to print the feature importance from the decision tree, you have to do this. So this code actually prints the importance of each feature in the decision tree. So feature importance indicates how each feature contributes to the decision tree process to process the tree, okay. So I want to print the sales, profit and discounts, and you want to just print it. So these are the features which you can see here, that you can see that this is a feature, okay. Discount, and what is the Gini index, what is the sample it took, and what is a class, everything it is properly, it is considering this, right. So that is important here, okay. And then the random forest classifier. So we are using a random forest classifier. So this particular thing is used to initialize the random forest classifier with 100 trees, okay. So this is the estimated 100 trees, like I just want to go and I'm just using the ensemble method, okay. So once it is it will train, okay, based on your x value holds your sales, product and the discount, sales, profit and discount, and y is the product. And then what I'm doing is I'm just visualizing the data here, okay. So in order to visualize that, I'm properly sorting it in the ascending value, and the figure size I'm just using it, importance of the so I just wanted to create the bars, like there are various things which is coming up, right. So, and the font size, everything. Okay, and finally I'm just printing the displaying the visual. Okay, so this is very simple. This is CLF dot predict. So what happens here? So here you can see, let us just first understand the entrance. Okay, so this is actually the root node. We call this as a root node. The root node actually splits on discounts, which is here you can see this this profit is a root node. How you can tell which is the how it is it understood the root node, because based on the data. Okay, and based on the root node you can see that it has splits the discount, which is less than or equal to this particular value. Okay, indicating that this discount play a significant role in classifying this particular product. Okay, and then you can see the intermediate nodes. So what is the intermediate node here? So this one is the intermediate node. Okay, so this one plays an intermediate node. The tree further splits on sales and the profit. So you can see here this particular tree which is further splitting into the sales, and then here you can see it's a split into the profit. Okay, and leaf nodes. So these are all called as a leaf nodes. We'll say. Okay, the leaf nodes represents the final classification of the decisions. You can see all are like Gini index, right? Okay, so each leaf nodes provides a Gini index, the number of samples in the node, and the distribution of classes in the node, and the predicted classes as well. So the Gini index, what do you mean by Gini index? Is a measure of node impurity. So a Gini index of 0 means that the node is pure. All samples belong to one class. With a higher Gini index indicates more impurity. Okay, so here you can see 0.3 to 0.3, so you can find some Gini index. Okay, so feature importance. So what is that? Both the decision tree and the random forest indicate the discount, what to say, like a discount, sales and the profits are critical in classifying the product. So here you can see that we have actually tried to create a decision tree here, right? So that is what it is trying to find out your it is properly classifying your data here, and you can understand how it is actually. So here you can see that this Gini is 0.0, which has the perfect like sales, profit and discounts worked well, and here it is like Gini to 8.14, which means that the discount and the profit for this particular class is doesn't work well. Okay, so this is how you can infer this. So yes, I think we are towards the end of this particular bootcamp. I hope you learned it well. Okay, so tomorrow, it's as a bonus session, we will be having a comparative study. So far whatever we have discussed, when to use what, why and how, the difference, everything we'll be discussing it. If you have any queries, just leave your queries in the comment section, and anything related to your career or something, if you want to discuss with me, you can schedule a call with me here. The link is there in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye. I'll meet you soon tomorrow with the bonus level of video that tells you like when to use what, why to use it, comparison, and finally we will also discuss any other thing. If you require, we can discuss that as well. Thank you, take care, and bye bye. Have a great day.